Unforgiveness is like a seed planted. And when it's planted, it's going to grow roots. And it's going to grow and grow and grow. And remember this, the consequences of unforgiveness do not disappear because you start doing good things. You can't come to church enough. You can't hear enough sermons. You can't give enough money. You can't have enough good deeds to eliminate and to remove a bitter, resentful, unforgiving spirit. Something has to happen on the inside of a person, because what happens is it grows and grows and grows. And remember this, that if I keep unforgiveness in my heart, it's a decision I make. I don't have to. I can either remain unforgiving, I can remain resentful, I can remain not wanting to see the person or look at the person. Or when I see them, for example, I have a bad spirit. I can keep that in my heart only to my damage, because it always damages the person who is unforgiving. And if you think about it, it's self-imposed bondage. When the person has an unforgiving spirit, it's there. And it, depending upon what it is and so forth, is to the way you feel the weight of that. But when a person feels like they've really been wronged in a big way, and they carry the weight of that and don't deal with it, they carry weight. It's a weight that God never intended. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. But if I come to him, I've got to unshackle my unforgiving spirit, my bitterness, my resentment, my hostility, and all of my defensiveness. And saying, well, you know, it's not what they did to me, it's what they did to somebody else. It's still resentment, it's still hostility, it's still anger, it's still bitterness, and the consequences are the same. Or, if I'm unwilling to forgive myself, let's say that you do something in your life that you just can't forgive yourself. If you don't forgive yourself, the consequences are the same. Because it's still, listen, it's still an attitude within yourself that carries consequences, because there is guilt, there is self-anger, and all the things that go with it. Unforgiveness is a destructive element in anyone's life, and it doesn't fit who we are. And if you'll think about it, we can call it sin. But you know, what I've discovered is the little word S-I-N doesn't really mean too much to most people. But when you say what it really is, rebellion against God, that's what it really is. So you know that rebellion against God is to fight against him. It's to say no to him. It's to insist on I have my way no matter what way he wants. So when you look at unforgiveness as rebellion against Almighty God, it is a sin. It is a sin that doesn't go away until you're willing to deal with it and acknowledge that it's there. And it oftentimes has consequences a person never dreamed of. And if they could just foresee the consequences in their family, among their children, or in a person in their business, in their personal relationships, if they could foresee the consequences of how that works, they'd get rid of it. But many people just push it aside and say, well, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. It's my business. It's nobody else's business. If I want to feel that way, I'll feel that way. But that does not remove the fact that it is a spirit of rebellion against Almighty God.